Heavy snow piling up in the west, making a mess of the roads. That storm now tracking east, bringing an icy mix. Meanwhile, powerful winds and a tornado pummeled buildings, ripping off roofs in the south. Our weather team with what's ahead.
Mall shooting. Bullets flying at this food court. During a busy holiday shopping weekend, panic as people rush for safety. What started the gunfire and a search for the shooter this morning?
Lori Loughlin's defense, the star of Full House, accusing federal prosecutors of withholding evidence as she prepares for her date in court in the Varsity Blues scandal. We'll tell you exactly what her lawyers are claiming.
Hallmark says, "I don't" to this commercial featuring two brides at the altar. Why the network pulled the ad and the support and backlash over the decision.
Miss World and winning streak. With the crowning of Miss World overnight, all 5 of this year's major pageant queens are black women. We're hearing from Miss Jamaica this morning about that moment when they called her name.
Live from ABC News in New York, this is Good Morning America.
Good Sunday morning, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. Let's get straight to our top story. The pair of storms bringing severe weather to huge chunks of the country.
As we come on the air, one storm is moving off to sea after impacting the entire East Coast. And this is video from Cumberland, Maine, where 5 inches of rain provoked flooding. Meanwhile, down in Florida, the storm spun off a tornado in Elkton. This drone footage shows the damage there.
And hot on the heels of that storm, here's another one marching across the country. It's been a boon to ski resorts like Steamboat, but it's also made a mess out on the roads. This is a video from South Dakota overnight. So what's coming next? Let's go straight to Rob. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Dan. These 2 storms really have smothered the country the past few days. The east still dealing with a very slow-moving, warm storm, while the western storm, that's a fast mover, so it's really not going to give anybody much of a break.
Wow.
This morning, a dangerous storm system marching east, bringing with it heavy snow across the Central Plains. In South Dakota, whiteout conditions making it treacherous for drivers on Interstate 90. Strong winds blowing snow across the highway, several inches falling so far. In the Northeast, lake effect snow making travel especially dangerous there. Outside Erie, Pennsylvania, this driver sliding off the highway. On the coast, downpours drenching Boston, forcing some drivers onto sidewalks to avoid flooded streets. In the south, severe storms striking Florida. An EF1 tornado tearing through the town of Elkton. Powerful winds up to 110 miles per hour.
I heard it. I heard it coming.
Trees uprooted, roofs peeled off, this business left in shreds. The damage stretching for 20 miles.
And there will be more in the way of severe weather from this next storm, which is also has some cold air with it. So a number of winter storm warnings now have been posted. It includes the Rocky Mountains of Colorado and northern parts of New Mexico. Wind alerts all the way back to southern California, by the way. And now it looks like Kansas City through St. Louis in through central parts of Illinois. Winter storm warning just posted there. A little bit of ice to this, I think, south of I-70. Let's time it out for you as this low kind of moves quickly along this front. Here's where that ice is. Springfield, Missouri. St. Louis, I think, will see mostly snow, as will Indianapolis. I-70, really the marking point where north of that will be snow. And then it gets a little bit dicey into the northeast. See how fast it moves? By Monday night, I think we're going to have some serious travel delays here, not only on the roads, but some of the airports. And that strong, severe weather event looks to be coming Monday as well. Big winds, hail, could see a few tornadoes from New Orleans through Jackson, Mississippi.
All right, Rob, we'll get back to you soon. Thank you. Now to a scare at a mall on this busy holiday shopping weekend. People running for their lives when gunfire rang out. Zachary Quiche has more.
This morning, police are looking for the person who opened fire Saturday afternoon at a mall outside of Atlanta.
Everybody is running outside. They're advising that shooting's happening downstairs.
This cell phone video captures the chaos. Shoppers can be seen shielding children. Others run for cover.
There was a lady with her children. She was in pure pandemonium. She didn't know what was going on. There was an elderly woman on the floor. 2 other gentlemen were helping her, take cover in the back.
Police say it started with an argument in the food court before escalating. Then witnesses describe seeing a man in a pool of blood.
Luckily, it was not an active shooter incident, but it did have a high response out of abundance of caution due to the area, shoppers, and such.
They are saying they do have 1 confirmed down by Moe's.
Police say the suspect has been identified but not caught.
I'm just thanking God I'm still alive.
Police are calling this an isolated incident. Now the victim was rushed to a local hospital where he's expected to survive his injuries.
Harrowing video, Zachary.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
guys.
Well, politics now, and we begin with the showdown in Washington. The articles of impeachment against President Trump go to the full House with a vote expected this week. David Wright updates us from the White House. Good morning to you, David.
Good morning, Eva. Get ready for big drama wrapped up in lots of parliamentary procedure as the House of Representatives takes up the impeachment of President Trump. The Judiciary Committee has approved 2 articles of impeachment, abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. Now, the debate. We'll hear from members on both sides. It is likely to be bitterly partisan. But there's little mystery about the outcome of the vote when they finally do vote, most likely on Wednesday. Democrats are in the driver's seat for this part of the process, but Republicans do hope to chip away at Democratic unity, targeting members from districts where Trump support is strong. There are 31 of them. 2 of them have already said they'll vote no on one or both articles of impeachment. And Congressman Jeff Van Drew of New Jersey is expected to quit the Democratic Party and cross the aisle to the Republicans dramatically sometime this week. Over in the Senate, Republicans have the majority. They set the rules. Senator Mitch McConnell has said that the Republicans will be in total coordination with the White House in the Senate trial that follows, most likely in the new year. The Constitution requires a 2/3 majority to remove a president, so the ground is much more favorable to President Trump over in the Senate. Dan?
David Wright from the White House, thank you very much. For much more on this, let's bring in our chief anchor, George Stephanopoulos, who will be hosting this week later this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
So, David Wright was just saying there's really no mystery about what's going to happen on Wednesday in the House. And then we go to the Senate, where the conventional wisdom is that the president will be acquitted. Are the outcomes, I've checked in with you on this throughout the process, so I'm going to ask you this again. Are the outcomes really preordained in both the House and the Senate here?
Seems like it right now. I mean, I think the Democrats say they're not whipping, they're not counting the votes, but they're pretty confident that even though they may lose a handful of Democrats in the vote this week in the House, they will pass the impeachment articles, the 2 articles of impeachment. In the Senate, it's pretty clear you don't have 67 votes. It's almost certain you don't have 67 votes to convict. What is less clear is whether the Republican majority will hold together on all the procedural votes, on the length of the trial and the number of witnesses to call and things like that. But it would be hard to imagine on today's facts the House not impeaching President Trump and the Senate voting to convict.
We are hearing from David this morning and others about the fact that we've got at least one Democrat who's looking to defect in the House. This representative, Jeff Van Drew from New Jersey, is a freshman Democrat. He's not only going to vote against impeachment, but he's actually going to quit the Democratic Party and join the Republicans. Is this consequential in your mind?
Well, it's good news for President Trump going into the impeachment vote. He's going to be able to announce that it looks like a Democrat is becoming a Republican. You have to look at the specific facts of Jeff Van Drew's district. He's a Democrat, but he does come from a Trump district inside New Jersey, and it became pretty clear once he announced he was against the impeachment inquiry back in the fall that he was going to face a challenger, a Democratic challenger in the primary, and the polls showed that a majority of Democrats actually were against re-electing Jeff Van Drew. So in some way, if he wanted to hold on to his seat, he had no choice. The question will be, will Trump's support make the difference in his re-election? Because he's going to face a tough Republican primary as well.
Another sign of how partisan this whole process is. George, thank you very much. Always great to see you on a Sunday morning. I want to remind everybody, George has a big show coming up later this morning. He's going to sit down with the Democrats, Jerry Nadler and Adam Schiff, the 2 men who led the impeachment process in the House, and also Republican Senator Ted Cruz, who will serve as a juror in the Senate trial that may come as early as January. It's all coming up later this morning on ABC on a little show called This Week. George, thank you very much. Whit, over to you.
Dan, thanks. Now we turn to the Democratic candidates out stumping this weekend, taking part in a forum as questions are raised this morning about whether their next debate could be canceled. Our Rachel Scott picks up that part of the story from Pittsburgh.
This morning, turmoil and uncertainty looming over the next Democratic debate.
I don't believe we should cross that picket line.
The debate's location now a rallying point for frustrated union members fighting for better wages and health care benefits. And every candidate who qualified is threatening to boycott.
I think it's a terrible look for the Democratic Party to have a debate and that runs afoul of union work rules.
California labor union Unite Here 11 sending this letter to the Democratic candidates outlining their plans to picket on the campus of Loyola Marymount University. The union, which represents 150 cashiers, cooks, and dishwashers, is entangled in a labor dispute with Sodexo, a company contracted to handle food services for the university. Just 4 days out, the DNC is now trying to find a way to move forward as planned, releasing a statement saying, while LMU is not party to the negotiations, we are working with all stakeholders to find an acceptable resolution that meets their needs and is consistent with our values.
Having these debates is critical for Americans to see the differences between candidates.
Only 7 of the 15 Democratic candidates have qualified for Thursday's matchup. And now there are growing calls to lower the threshold for the next round of debates in early 2020. Senator Cory Booker's campaign leading the effort after he failed to make the stage, sending this letter to the DNC with the request, signed by 9 candidates, including the early frontrunners.
Narrowing it too soon means we're not going to hear from everyone, and I'm sorry to see that.
And that letter argues that the current thresholds have prematurely narrowed the diverse field. Well, the DNC is pushing back and putting its foot down. It says it will not change its debate criteria for any single candidate, even arguing the current qualifications are already extremely low. Eva?
All right, Rachel Scott for us out on the campaign trail. Well, now to actress Lori Loughlin on the attack in the Varsity Blues case. Lawyers for her and her designer husband filing new court documents teasing out the case they could make in court as they fight these charges.
Do you have any regrets?
Lori Loughlin and her husband, fashion designer Massimo Giannoli, digging in, preparing their defense, now accusing federal prosecutors of withholding evidence. The Full House star and her husband are accused of paying $500,000 to get their 2 daughters into USC as fake athletic recruits. In new court documents, lawyers for the two writing, the government appears to be concealing exculpatory evidence that helps show that both defendants believed all of the payments they made would go to USC itself for legitimate university-approved purposes or to other legitimate charitable causes. The government's failure to disclose this information is unacceptable, and this court should put a stop to it. Loughlin's lawyers are also saying prosecutors are refusing to turn over FBI notes and transcripts from interviews with Rick Singer, the mastermind behind the Varsity Blues scheme. Their question, what did Singer say to investigators about what he told his clients about their donations?
They're hoping that the comments made by Rick, some of the recordings of him, will help them establish their argument that they were not intentionally engaged in any kind of fraudulent conduct.
Just earlier this month, Loughlin's daughter speaking out after nearly 9 months of silence.
I'm legally not allowed to speak on anything going on right now.
The 20-year-old choosing her words carefully, not addressing those bombshell federal charges leveled on her parents earlier this year.
Obviously, I've been gone for a really long time, and as much as I wish I could talk about all of this, it's really hard for me to say this just because I know that it's something that needs to be addressed.
And Loughlin and Giannelli are among the 35 parents indicted on charges. Both have pleaded not guilty, and they face serious jail time if they're convicted.
Absolutely. Interesting to see them push back a little bit here.
And it's interesting to see what they asked for in these court documents. It does seem to say this is what they're going to focus on going forward.
A sign of what's to come, big consequences for that family. We're going to move on now to violence caught on camera near Texas State University. The student who was the victim of this group attack is now suing the fraternity whose members allegedly led the charge here. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez has more from our LA bureau. Marcy, good morning to you.
Dan, good morning. We're told this college senior spent several weeks in the hospital and is still in a wheelchair after that attack. His attorneys say they're hoping a potential financial punishment for the fraternity, as well as 3 alleged attackers, will send a strong message. This morning, a fraternity and its local chapter at a Texas school facing $1 million lawsuit after this brawl that left a student badly injured.
You need to leave! Go out! We're calling the cops!
Attorneys say this video shows members or guests of Texas State University's Eta Rho chapter of the Pi Kappa Phi fraternity attacking Nicholas Panagiotopoulos as he and a friend walked past a building owned and operated by the frat.
That's enough! Enough!
According to court documents, the group began to taunt, verbally harass, and/or act aggressively towards Panagiotopoulos, in part on a mistaken belief that he was the member of a different social club.
Next thing you know, punches started getting thrown.
Nick tries to run away. This mob of these fraternity guys chase after him, continue to wail away on him, leaving him unconscious on the side of the street.
The victim's attorneys say nearly 2 months later, he's still struggling to fully recover from spine and traumatic brain injuries, adding that the attack could have been prevented. The lawsuit alleging the fraternity and its local chapter had a history of encouraging rivalries and aggressive behavior, including taunting and hazing, as well as a history of encouraging overconsumption of alcohol.
It's not just this campus, it's many campuses where we're seeing a lack of institutional control by these fraternities and allowing this to go on. Something has to change.
Pi Kappa Phi's national chapter tells us they don't comment on pending litigation. Texas State University, which is not named in the lawsuit, says as soon as officials learned of this incident, the fraternity was suspended. Whit.
Fraternities across the country really under the microscope now. Marcy Gonzalez for us in Los Angeles. Thank you. Now to a bittersweet football victory on the 7th anniversary of the Sandy Hook shooting that took the lives of 20 children and 6 educators. The team from Newtown High School won the state championship in Connecticut. The victory during the last play of the game, bringing triumph to a day of tragedy. One member of the team, linebacker Ben Pinto, lost his brother Jack in that shooting. This is Newtown's first title since 1992. And a lot of these kids, they were first graders. They're almost at the age of going to high school. So they have siblings who are at the high school. Some of the older kids in the elementary school are attending that high school. So a very emotional day in Newtown.
I remember covering it. I was right there. It's horrifying. So it's great to see some silver lining.
Well, turning now, let's bring in Rob for a check of the weather. A lot happening in the weather department.
Competitive division there. So congrats to them on the football front, too. And congrats to Navy for beating Army yesterday in the Army-Navy game, taking home the Commander-in-Chief trophy. Let's take you to Maine, where, boy, they got some rain yesterday. Portland saw a record-setting 3.37 inches, but in places in Cumberland and York counties, over 5 inches of rain, and that caused some serious flooding there. The rivers are still rising in some spots of eastern New England, and because of that, there are still some flood watches that have been posted and remain. But the streamlines, you can see still some lake effect snow showers. Streamlines are pretty tight, so wind alerts remain up through today. It's going to be a pretty blustery day, not just across upstate New York and northern New England, but really across much of the cities here during the day. So we could see winds gusting 20, 30 miles an hour. It will be blustery, to say the least. More so, I think, Boston and over towards the Cape and through parts of Maine where that low is centered. But by the time we get to tomorrow morning, it should be calm, but it's going to be cold. I mean, wind chill's not that big of a deal tomorrow morning, 20s, maybe lower 30s, but temperatures will be at or below freezing for the next round of precip that's going to be coming down here, and that's tomorrow night, and that's going to fall in the form, at least to start, as snow. That's a check on what's happening nationally weather-wise. Time now for a look at your local forecast.
And good morning, I'm Stormwatch 7 meteorologist Ryan Miller. Happy Sunday. Plenty of sunshine today. It's going to be a nice day as well, and a bit of a breeze out of the west and northwest here at about 15 miles per hour. Clouds come in here tonight, and we're going to see a wintry mix of precipitation come into the region early tomorrow morning. Anticipate delays tomorrow morning with this onset of precipitation, possibly a few cancellations north and west, higher likelihood, and then we're going to see no impacts whatsoever for the afternoon commute. Weather alert up for tomorrow morning.
The game to watch in the snow today, AFC West, Broncos, Chiefs, huge rivalry there. It'll be a whiteout.
And we should note that Dan Harris could potentially, by proxy, be the champion of his fantasy football league.
Super Bowl Sunday for my team.
Marching through the playoffs.
In the championship.
Yes.
I'm trying to, this is with my high school friends, I'm trying to hide from them the fact that Paula Ferris's 1010-year-old son is running my team. But I think we're going to win today, yes.
And he gets a bonus, right? He gets a bonus if they win.
If he wins, he gets a bonus. Anyway, JJ, counting on you. We're going to move on now to a cultural milestone. Overnight, the crowning of a new Miss World. And Janae is here with why this is part of a trend.
Absolutely part of a trend, and definitely a moment in history. Less than a week after Miss Universe became the 4th black woman crowned in a major pageant this year, we now have a 5th black pageant queen.
Miss World 2019.
This morning, Tony Ann Singh from Jamaica is waking up as the newest queen of the world.
Jamaica.
Singh winning the 2019 Miss World pageant after beating out over 100 other contestants over the last several weeks.
I was shocked. I had to take a moment to say they said Jamaica, so that means you, and that means get out there.
When the cover girl was crowned, another finalist,